Hello, traders. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? I hope you guys are good. I hope you had a beautiful trading week. Molweni, dumelang, traders. Sawubona, ni hao, bonjour, moro, dumilani, murumere. I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are good. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you about how to make millions using an app called investing.com. Investing.com, right? All you have to do is don't forget to click the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and like our videos. Share your thoughts so that you know we know what to write and what not. But I mean what videos to make and so on and so forth, right? So yeah, I know a lot of people have been asking themselves how we catch spikes and so on and so forth. So there's an app called investing.com which you can just download on the Apple Store or on the Play Store, depending on which phone you are using. I guess if you have a Hawk's Eye, you would have seen it on the extreme right middle center of my screen, which is investing.com. This is the app that you download on the app. I think one thing that is worth mentioning is that when you are trading, like a lot of traders focus mostly on technical analysis, which is a good thing to do, but it's all about technical analysis is all about looking at historical data of price and price action, and a lot of, mostly it's literally focusing on market structure and so on and so forth, right? With more emphasis on candlesticks and things like that. And but they forget that you can literally make lots of money, tons of money in a very short space of time trading what we call fundamentals. And this is the app that can help you to download a lot of money on the internet. And a lot of people always ask, how do you guys catch spikes? How do you guys catch spikes like that? How do you go about it, And this is the app to use, right? I'm not going to be very long on this, but I'll try to be as brief as possible. In the next part of the video, I'll show you how to do it, how to trade news or fundamentals. Like, as you know, there's like three parts of trading. There's technical analysis, there's fundamental analysis, which is your news, and also there's what we call sentimental analysis, which is basically what you follow what everybody is doing around the world and you go with the flow, right? And what you need to know is when you are trading news, for example, you need to know that if, for example, you are trading US dollar news, or you are trading pound news, or you are trading New Zealand dollar, if you are trading the New Zealand dollar, or you are trading whatever, the US dollar, the Canadian dollar, you are literally trading news that are directly related to the economy of that country. You have to have an in-depth knowledge of how to trade these news. So one thing that is worth mentioning is the fact that there's like major news that really move the market at an instant, like at the blink of an eye. Price can move from 0 to 100, literally. So these major news are, in short, it will be your CPI, which is your consumer price index, and this is what measures the inflation of any country. So you need to know what the inflation rate of the US is, what the CPI is, and so on and so forth, right? So I don't want to delve much into that for now. On the second part, I'll drop a video soon showing you how to catch those spikes and so on and so forth. Having said that, another type of news that you need to know is employment change. Employment change also involves unemployment rate, right? You need to know how the economy of a country is doing based on their employment. If the employment level is high, and so on. If the rate is unemployment rate is high or low. Obviously, an unemployment rate that is high signals a negative or a weak economy, right? Just like we have in other countries where unemployment rate is so high. You can see there's a lot of things that are happening there, things like corruption, things like, criminal activities or crime will be very high. And also, which are the things or the repercussions of unemployment, right? And then we also have what we call interest rate. I'll go deeper into that at a later stage, but interest rate will be, all countries have different dates for releasing all these interest rates and all these news. These are the news that really move the market. When you say news or fundamental news, we don't really talk about current affairs per se. We're talking about financial or economic news. And also, last but not least, it will be your GDP. There is a whole lot more, like your GDP of a country, like how good the economy is doing, how good or bad the economy is doing, your imports vis-a-vis your exports, things like that. And also, what else? We also have what we call unemployment claims. Unemployment claims. Like in other countries, if unemployment claims these are people who file for unemployment so that they can get some sort of assistance from the government because they are not working. So unemployment claims happen almost every week in the US. Every Thursday, they have unemployment claims report, which you can make a lot of money out of. Every Thursday, there's those news. So this app called investing.com, it has all that information, and I'll show you how to set it up so that you make millions literally from trading news. And also what you need to know is in countries like South Africa, they have what we call grants. Grants are basically given to people who are not employed, right? So in countries like Canada, they have employment EI, they call it EI in Canada, employment insurance. If you are not working, you are given some sort of compensation so that you can make a living, right? It helps to alleviate things like crime and so on and so forth, because people might think, this government encourage people not to work. No, they are just saying, have something that you can use to make a living. Instead of people doing all sorts of illegal things to get money, the government will just be, So those unemployment claims, people will come and file for unemployment so that the government can assist them. Like those people who have lost jobs. Like this thing happens every week on a Thursday, like I said. And then things like interest rates, they happen once a month, CPI once a month, interest rate once a month, GDP can be month on month, it can be year, and so on and so forth, right? Including CPI. There's a whole lot more. Manufacturing PMIs, retail sales, like those are other things that you can use how to measure how good or bad the economy is, right? So without wasting a lot of time, I'll just jump onto the investing.com. This is the app that you can literally download for free, guys, for free. And you can make tons of money in a very short space of time trading news. So when you say news, these are other news. You click on news at the bottom of the screen, that shows like the first heading there, it's gold, outlook, and so on and so forth. They analyze what gold is all about. And we also have like this past Friday, we had stocks tumbling. Like we had stocks dropping so bad because American banks the interest rate, the earnings were not so good. The earnings season were disappointing. As you can see, you can read there for yourself to get all the details of why indices like NASDAQ, if you look at NASDAQ here, NASDAQ was selling like crazy. You see NASDAQ, Dow Jones, S&P 500, NASDAQ, and so on and so forth. And the US controls the world. As you can see, even the DAX was selling because of all the jitters that were happening in the US. But without wasting a lot of your time, this is the app that you use. And when you want to see the news where they are, I guess at the top there you can see there's indices, there's stocks, all the things that you can trade, your Apples, your Tesla, your Berkshire, your Microsoft, your Amazon, your JP Morgan, and so on and so forth. Alphabet also obviously is your Google, right? These are the things that you can trade on the market. We also have commodities like gold, silver, copper, crude oil, natural gas, and so on, wheat, corn, soya beans, coffee, sugar, those are, and also obviously we have currencies and cryptos, right? Those are the things that you can literally trade on the market. But when you want to see the news, you click on more. Do you see? Here we are on markets, news are there, but these are not the kind of news that I was talking about. The kind of news I was talking about are these ones. You click on more on the extreme right of my screen. Click on more, and then obviously if you want to see what happened yesterday, this would have been what happened. Right? You see, we have news on the New Zealand dollar, the business NZ, PMIs, and so on and so forth, right? But for you to set this thing up, you need to, for you to be able to use this properly, you can go as far back as, as far back as you want. Even next week, if you want, you can go to next week and like this week, like this coming week, this will be this coming week, I believe this will be this coming week, and then, sorry, this is the past week, and then this will be next week, right? You just click on whatever you want to do. If you want to see what's happening today, obviously today is a weekend, we don't have any major news to show there. And then tomorrow, there's also, the market is closed, right? Unless you are trading cryptos. And then if you want to see what's going to happen next week, you click there, you can see on Monday, April 15th, there's news on the New Zealand dollar, there's news on the Japanese yen, there's news on the, I think this is, what is this? I don't even know what this is. But as you can see, that's what you need to. There's news on the US dollar. We have Mr. Fed. The Fed Logan will be speaking. Obviously, what you need to know is you need to set news that have high impact, like I said. So as you can see on the top right of my screen, the top right, extreme right, there's something that looks like, that has 3 orange lines. You have to click there, right? You click there and then you untick. Obviously, if it's one bull head, it means if it's one bull where it's written low, it means the news have low impact on the market. They don't have high impact where you can make lots of money. A medium, two bulls means medium impact. High impact will be 3 head bulls, right? Or 3 bulls, right? And then if you want to see which countries to trade, you can always, which news, for which country you want to trade its news, you can just click on custom, you see, and then you tick, like Australia is one of the biggest countries that we trade. We trade the Australian dollar because it's one of the major currencies. If you want Botswana, you can untick them. So you just have to tick the countries that you have, like you want to follow their news, like China. As you can see, I'm following the Eurozone, I'm following France news or French news, Germany, Ghana, my Ghanaian friends, my brothers and sisters, Hong Kong, India, Italy, Japan. We also trade the Japanese yen, right? That's why I have ticked the news for that. New Zealand dollar, obviously Nigeria, my Nigerian brothers and sisters, and so on and so forth. South Africa, South Korea, Spain, and so on and so forth. Switzerland, the Swiss franc is one of the major currencies. So what you need to do is you can only leave the major 8 maybe. The major 8 will be Canada, the US, Switzerland or Swiss franc, they trade the Swiss franc, the Japanese yen, the Great British Pound, which is the UK, the Japanese yen, I think I've already mentioned it. What else? New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar, and the euro, if I had mentioned it, right? If I haven't mentioned it. So, and then you see the United Kingdom, the United States. If you want Zambia, you can put Zambia if you're in Zambia or Zimbabwe, so that you know all the monetary policies that your country is wants to implement. So basically here it's advisable to tick the big 8. The big 8, the US, Canada, Japan, the Eurozone, Spain, Greece, Germany, France, and so on and so forth. And also, those Swiss franc is one of them, which is Switzerland, the Japanese yen. I think I'm not repeating myself, right? I'm trying to rush through so that I don't take a lot of time. So after that, you tick the major ones, and then here you have to untick so that you are left with what? With the major high impact news where you can make money in an instant. The ones that I showed you, your NFP or your employment change. Employment changes in the US, they call it NFP, non-farm payrolls, right? So as you can see, I think my internet is a bit slow there. But that's basically how you do it. That's basically how you set this. And then when the news come, you just go to your charts and execute your trades, right? You just go to your chart and execute your trades. Unfortunately, my app is acting up, but after unticking those, you can always tick high impact news so that when the news come, you know what to trade. You only focus on the news that have 3 head bulls. Am I making sense? Since this thing is a bit tedious now, you just have to bear with me. I don't know what could be the problem now, but you focus on those, and then that's basically how you set this thing up, and you start making money. You know what I mean? So in a nutshell, all you have to do is you click on more, and then you go to calendars, and then this is where it takes you, and then you click on that orange thing there, you untick the ones that have low impact. In the next video, I'm gonna drop a video on how to catch those spikes, how to make tons and tons of money in a very short space of time using this app called investing.com. There's other mediums where you can trade the news, like FX Pro and Forex Factory app. You can also use those, but it depends, man. If you focus on the investing.com, it will also help you to win. You know what I mean? So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep on downloading money. Let's keep on downloading money on the internet, right? Thank you.